Good afternoon. Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday.
Super Bowl. Super Bowl. That's it. Taking it one game at a time has officially gone out the window for me. It's Super Bowl or bust, baby.
It's gone out the window for me, too. I didn't really think the Eagles would run the table with the Rams and the Ravens like back to back. And now I'm like, if we beat the Steelers, we're running the table.
And you can even lose that game now. You've given yourself a little bit. Thursday night,
That's
the
gonna be
Packers. And by the way, I'm like deep diving the Lions because I have a coworker who's a huge Lions fan, which is kind of fun. Him and I have been chatting all season long, and you can go back almost like a year or two. The Lions and the Packers lose at home. So the Lions have been beating the Packers in Lambeau, and the Packers have been beating the Lions in Detroit, and the game's in Detroit, and it's the Thursday night fart start. So
I love that. That's gonna be so much fun Thursday.
it's gonna be a good Thursday night game.
You missed the debacle on Thanksgiving, which was like,
yeah. Not only did I miss that, but I totally missed your LA recap. So we really have to catch up. And this is actually the first you and I have talked in like 2 weeks because we each took our families respectively on vacations.
Like a whole week.
I can't wait to catch up.
Yeah, it's good. I hit a big parlay. I had the Bears plus 10, which you didn't even need. It was like a close game. And I had took the Cowboys and the Packers. I hit like a 3-leg parlay. So I'm still awesome. In search of doing those picks and partnering with the sportsbook. I have zero allegiance to right now.
Real quick before we get started, I always forget to do this off the top. This is Vic and Phil. We're Filthy and Philly. Make sure you guys follow us on all our major social channels. Phil has been working his butt off to get our website up and running, filthyandphilly.com. We used to have a link tree, but now we have a great website that has access to everything. It's the holiday season. We have all kinds of great holiday merch, both our stuff and affiliate links for all the majors. We're partnered also with Pond Lee Hockey. So make sure you guys follow them. And we are also doing the SeatGeek really too.
Good. There was really good NFL shop Black Friday. 30% was really good.
Even man, all over the place. Some of the deals were insane. I posted one, the Mitchell and Ness, like the really good Mitchell and Ness jerseys were like $100. And a lot of those are still going because you know how sales be nowadays. It's like you didn't miss anything. Cyber Monday now, and then Cyber Monday is extended. It's Tuesday. There's still so many good deals. So make sure you shop NFL shop through us. That helps support the page. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's the same page if you just go through our link. So it's filthyandphilly.com.
Yeah, all the codes are applicable, like whatever code's on there. If you just click through our link. Sean generated too our original merch code filthy is 20% off, and the shirts are already cheap. Like there's t-shirts on there for $20, so there's another 20% off.
We have
covered if you spend a certain amount. Like that stuff's crazy. SeatGeek was amazing because they were the Ravens partner last week. SeatGeek was, probably the best prices right up there with Ticketmaster, and then it was another 20 off with our code. So that was gangster. So, and on the website, I did like a little, and I'm going to keep adding to it when I find deals. But, there's a Eagles like deals article on our website. Anyway, yeah, it was fun. Thanksgiving games were fun. LA was fun. I was totally shocked with the Eagles going down 9-0, and they're just so loosey-goosey. They get down a little bit in the game, and it doesn't even matter. They just stay the course, and I was honestly shocked. Like, I'm still in shock. I don't believe it. They're almost like boring. They're so good, and we'll pull up the Nick Sirianni clips and stuff. But
Phil, we are perfectly in sync. For two brothers that have not talked in a long time, I was completely and utterly bored during the Ravens game. I had it on. They were down. We got off the plane. It was like a little bit into the first quarter. So I caught pretty much the first quarter of Merrill. And he's talking about all the penalties and blah, blah. And I just kept saying in my head, I'm like, they're going to figure this out. They're going to make this game close. They're not going to get blown out. They're going to keep it tight. And when they just start rolling, like they're just like moments in games where like they roll. It's like kind of crazy. Like it's like that villain in Marvel, the Juggernaut. I just got back from Disney, but like they're like the Juggernaut. They get a tiny little bit of momentum and it just builds up, and they just smash teams. It's really awesome to watch.
And Nick Sirianni said it this morning. They're almost on the first drive. Everyone's on them for not scoring. This could be an excuse, a cover up for not executing. I don't know, but he basically didn't deny the fact that they're coming out and they're trying to see what the defense. They're almost using the first drive to like set up the rest of the game. They ran a lot of RPO stuff. They're mixing in certain plays to see what coverage they're going to get. I mean, if you think they're going to come out in the game and throw the ball to like Will Shipley as part of their scripted 15, I mean, he didn't shoot down the fact. They asked him like, "Hey, are you doing this to adjust and see what the defense is going to throw at you?" Because you saw like there was that one drive where literally I think AJ Brown got like 4 or 5 catches in the game. And they were all in one drive. Like they started playing the run, and the Eagles were just like keeping the ball, pass. The big pass play to Dallas got it, and then they try and defend the pass, and it's just like Saquon. I think they're trying to feel out what the teams are going to do, but
I think they're also trying to keep Saquon like under 25 touches. How do you feel about their usage of Saquon? Do you think they need to pull back on him a little bit, or is it just enough for you? Because like we're big run the ball guys. Obviously, that's my sort of identity as a fan is run the ball. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, wow, this guy's getting a ton of touches, and it's a 17-game season. And if we for whatever reason don't get that first round bye, you get 3 playoff games.
They're not stopping, and they just got this guy. So I was like, they're going to remove the fullback packages from everything, but then they just signed this guy who's a fullback.
Pressure coming off the edge. That's Blasingame. On 3rd and 13, turn on the
Holy moly.
Blasingame from Vanderbilt inside the 10-yard line.
They just signed a huge fullback to the practice squad. So as much as I want them to use Will Shipley, he's talented. Gainwell gets arguably more yards per carry when he comes in the game.
That's crazy.
They don't expect it. They got a gigantic fullback. I mean, he's on the practice squad. He's not elevated yet, but they're going to probably do some roster manipulation.
I mean, he's got to learn the playbook. We're pretty lit on Facebook right now. We got Johnny, Eric, Rick, Jim, Amy, Heather. Thanks so much for joining us. We're talking Birds right now. We're recapping a little bit of Baltimore, and we're still also talking about the Rams game because Phil had a trip in LA while I had my family away. And that's what we're up to right now. If you guys have any questions, make sure you hit us up in the comments. We are looking at the comments, and we do read and answer all the questions.
And they were eerily similar. Like these teams are hanging with the Eagles like for the first 15 minutes, like the first quarter and a half. And then we defer a lot, right? So like when I was in LA, I turned to Drees and we were losing 6-7. And I was like, they're going to score right here on the half. And they did. And it was 13-7. And then we got the ball in the second half and they went up 20-7. And I just turned to them and I was like, this is what's going to happen. They're going to go up 13 and then go up 20. And the Rams fans next to me were like, this guy's like, they thought I was like, drinking the Kool-Aid. And, we had a great time at the tailgate and everything. So it may have been some of that as well. But
it always is a little.
I was just feeling it. And they just, slowed down. Puka, there's always going to be one guy that gets his. And then same thing. There's that feel out period in the first quarter. The Ravens go up 9-0. And then, once we get that touchdown 7-9, that's like where the game starts always for this team. So I don't know what it is, why it's late, but better late than, blowing it at the end of games. But
how about, and this stat's been overshared and everybody's been talking about it, but I'd be remiss if I didn't bring it up. The top 5 rushers in the league, number 4 is Saquon in the second half alone.
Saquon's
Obviously number
there.
one. It's just insane. I mean, he's I think Jameer Gibbs is 5, and then Saquon Barkley just in the second half is 3, and then Henry's in there and Saquon's in there, and it's unbelievable.
It's pretty crazy. It worries me. I hate playing bad teams. We've just been scarred so much with the Joe Webb games of the world. I hate playing like these bad Panthers teams sandwiched in there. But they didn't get Monday off. They went in. They all wanted to come in and practice today. They're just having fun. I think they like being at the facility. I think they've built a really good culture. And that all comes down to the coach.
I was going to say that. Leave me to the coach. Play that clip if you have it. I did ask you to have it queued. If you forgot to put it up, that's fine.
His post game.
Yes, his post game, and I'll talk it up for a second. And it's exactly what you said. It's the fact that after a big win like that, many teams will be like, "Hey, you guys got the day off. Like,
see you Wednesday. See you Tuesday.
See you Wednesday." And that. Not only is that not the case, but not what players wanted.
Right to play in games like this because of what we've been doing all year. And you'll earn the right to get more of these. All right? Really good, though. Hey, the 4-minute, the backed up, all really good. We had some guy. Everybody made a contribution today. We're working tomorrow. Yeah, we're working tomorrow. We got a lot to be thankful for. Let's pray.
Yeah, so
that was it right there. We got work tomorrow, and everybody you hear in the every live was like, "Yeah," except for AJ Brown, who's like off to the side, kind of like that's just AJ Brown.
So, in my opinion, I think one of the reasons the Eagles start slow is because they play vanilla. They rope-a-dope the other team to get them off balance and strike. Yeah, there is this like feel-out period, which is very new school. It's not that they're not trying to score. It's that they're getting looks. Every team's trying to play them differently, and nothing's working for the opposing team. Like I said, they try to stop the run, they pass. They do the RPO stuff. They try and stop the pass. They run, and they just wear you down. And by the end of it, that's why those big second half, we have that stat up, the second half runs are so crazy. It's just set up. And when they have these leads, it's why the quarterback doesn't have I think you have like 116 yards passing. I mean, they're legitimately not throwing the ball in the fourth quarter of games. They're up 2 scores. You're removing, if they're slow starting and they defer, and then you're removing the fourth quarter, he's really only throwing the ball for 2 quarters of the game. So it's pretty exciting. And let's hope they keep it rolling. I was very pessimistic. I'll say this. After the Lions won on Thanksgiving, I was like, oh, man, we're going to 8 Mile. And because I just thought out of either this Rams or this Ravens game, like we'd lose 1 and we'd be 2 games back. But, if the Lions can find a way to lose one of these games, they have a tough schedule. I think they play the Bills. They play the Packers this week on Thursday night. Like, they're going to lose a game or 2.
There's no question. The Lions' remaining schedule is as follows. Thursday night, the Packers are visiting them. Then the Bills visit them. That's a 4 p.m. big-time game. They're home. Then they have to go to the Bears, it's a division game. Then they have to go to the 49ers, and then they finish the season Vikings. And depending upon what the Vikings do, that means the Lions are going to be having to play just about in every game because the Vikings could possibly be playing for the division if the Lions lose a couple games. So they might be playing all the way up to the end. We could have things locked up and maybe rest towards the end. I think things are really shaping up. One other quick thing that we got to talk about too is just the sheer fact that almost every single draft pick has hit. And that is another huge reason why the Eagles are having so much success. You got cornerbacks are hitting. Jalen Carter is establishing himself now and really coming into his own. What are your thoughts on Howie Roseman and how he's constructed this team to just be so competitive year after year? 2022 Super Bowl. Last year, they were really good, but I think it was the defensive coordinator that held them back. They bring in Fangio. The draft picks hit again, and here we are, poised to be at least the 2nd seed.
Yeah, it's really like 2 years in the making. They are eerily similar to the Ravens. Like the Ravens were a play away from getting the Super Bowl last year, and then they lost everybody on defense, and they're like 8-5. They're like kind of middling now. They started the season really well, and now they're kind of middling. Eagles made it to the Super Bowl in 2022, lost like a lot of pass rushers. They lost CJ, They lost like way too much in the secondary, and the defense was horrendous last year, and that was a huge part of the collapse. And they drafted Sidney Brown, even though he doesn't start and he's playing special teams. They were drafting people. They got CJ back. Reed Blankenship showed some promise. Then they just kept adding. They added Quinion. They added Cooper. They're so deep with the back seven that it's helped them so much because they really don't have many edge rushers at all. Like they're getting covered sacks. Like the back sevens just controlling everybody. The young corners are so impressive. They're just shutting people down. You're getting the tackles and stuff double team. Jalen Carr's of the world. He's like on pace to be the defensive player of the year. And you have Quinion Mitchell on pace to be the defensive rookie of the year. So, and then the guys like Sweat and like even Jalix Hunt now, you watch, these guys are going to produce. The guy they signed from the Carolina Panthers, they're going to start racking up the numbers because you're going to have these coverage guys shutting it down. And then you're going to have, your tackles getting doubled. And then you're going to get these one-on-one matchups with some of your speed guys. And it's been, they lost a lot of pieces after the Super Bowl, and then it's been a 2-year rebuild for defense. And then they got the coordinator, and it's just, they're number one. They speak for themselves. They're almost in the top 5 of like every statistical category. So
Heather brings up the Packers game. She thinks that they can definitely handle the loss. Absolutely. That's a division game. Division games are always tight. And the injuries, which I just pulled up the injury report, the Lions did have 4 players that did not practice today. Taylor Decker, their starting tackle, and 3 defensive linemen.
They're down almost all their starters. They're like the 49ers, but on the defensive side of the ball. Almost every starter on that one side of the ball is out. They just had to sign Jamal Adams like off the couch, who was on the Seattle Seahawks for a while and on the Jets at safety. No question the Lions are but the Lions are like the Eagles. They're not really a scheme team. They have like a CEO, head coach. They're like a vibe team. So whoever they put in.
And I'll never be afraid of Jared Goff, right? Like,
for sure.
But if we go into a game, if it's a Super Bowl and we end up against Mahomes, you have that in the back of your mind, like, oh crap, it's Mahomes. But Jared Goff, bro, like I'm just not going to be intimidated by the Lions team. Are they good? Yes, but they don't strike fear in my heart. I think the Eagles are the team that are starting to strike fear in the hearts of NFC teams. When Cooper DeJean trucks Derrick Henry, and people are saying, oh, he didn't have any momentum, and I don't want to hear that. He came in like a bullet, picked him up, put him down. That stuff, man, that's being played in film rooms all over, and teams are going to be like, oh, snap, we got to play the Eagles this week. Like, that's no joke.
Yeah, this is good. This is the moment that Howie stole Cooper in the draft.
For 1553, we would have to add in 210 for 240. Hey, buddy. What do you got? I don't know if I'm going to be able to. All right, let's go to 40.
1 minute remaining.
He said, throw me back to 6, then we're good. But
So Rams are on the clock,
that's it.
Oh, the Rams fumble the bag here.
unfortunately.
The Carolina Panthers have traded the 39th pick to the
He thinks he's gone.
Los Angeles Rams select Brandon Fisk.
Yes!
Florida State.
161 for 40, 78, and 150. So
They grab him there, and
Who did the Rams pick there, and what's that guy doing? I
didn't even
love
hear it.
going back through the draft.
I didn't even hear it, but I just blocked it out because I knew it wasn't Cooper DeJean, and he was so
And I was
hyped.
just waiting for the yes.
He snubs Jeffrey Lurie for the tie 5 too. Jeffrey Lurie just hanging, just like.
Wow, Johnny with a hot take. He says Packers are coming to Philly for the NFC Championship. He doesn't even think the Lions will be able to get through one of the earlier playoff rounds. Wow, I like that.
They started good early, and it's
That would actually be pretty poetic. The first game against the season, it was supposed to be in Philly, was a home game. We traveled all the way to Brazil. The Packers then have to come to Philly. We have to beat the same team twice. That would be tough, but definitely doable. I love it. The Birdman has spoken.
I do not want to see the Packers again. I
would much rather face the Lions for sure.
In Philly. But we'll see. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. We are. We were so cool up to this podcast. For anybody that's new, we were the most chill. We're taking it week to week, blah, blah, blah. Dude, Cooper DeJAWN face plants him, and I got my Super Bowl champions t-shirt on, and I'm all equal.
It's all in, dude. It's all in.
Enjoy this one, and then we'll think about the Carolina Panthers. What I've learned in this league is if you look back, you're climbing this mountain, and I know I've used this analogy a lot, but you're climbing this mountain. If you look back and you're climbing a mountain, you look down, you're going to slip. If you look too far up, you're going to slip. All that our focus is on one game at a time. We can't control anything else that happens. And so, our job is to control what we can control. That doesn't make for good press. That doesn't make for good stories. We're boring, but the monotony, the boring, the day by day grind is what gets results. And so we'll continue to keep narrow focus and focus on this next game.
Yeah, and the more
yes, coach.
They were hyped and we were boring. Now we're hyped and the team is boring. They go to work today when they should have the day off. So it's like, the tides have turned. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. As you should. Johnny says, as you should be hyped.
You're going to be hyped this weekend. I am going to be enjoying the game on TV. Take me through your plans for the game on Sunday. I have a family commitment, so I am bequeathing my ticket to the famous Dries 23, who you guys should all follow on Instagram. He'll be sitting with Phil in our section 115.
We're gonna have fun, man. He filmed a bunch of interviews for him, and then he did it as well, and we were able to swap that. So we'll probably do that again. Maybe me and him will do the Jared McCain dance or something together. I'm gonna put out some like really questionable content this weekend with Dries.
now that you got rid of me holding you back.
No. But we'll try and collab on some stuff. So we could piggyback off both pages.
Heather thinks that Kellen Moore could leave us for the Bears. So I don't think that'll happen in season, but could that happen after the season? Yes. And that brings up a very interesting point, and that's Super Bowl window, right? And that's why I'm so excited. The Super Bowl window opens and closes so quickly. We saw it in 2022. You have to strike when you have the opportunity. So that's why I really feel like the Eagles need to do whatever they can to try to win it this year. Because, once you have this success, your team starts getting, poached. But, yeah, Kellen Moore could be a head coach.
No offense. He doesn't have, the head coach, he's kind of like a nerdy guy. I guess.
So was Sirianni, dude.
But, yeah, I don't know if he's really, a head. He's reminds me of Nathan Shelley from Ted Lasso. He's the wonder. He's a boy wonder. I don't really see him as head coach, but
it's amazing Fangio never got a head coach job. You want to talk about a guy that's turned?
He did
I don't even know what into the number one.
He did in Denver, but I think it flamed out.
Fizzled out. I mean, you wonder what guy that's so successful doesn't have one right now.
Yeah, and they had a top unit for Miami. Losing him was huge. We wanted him originally, and then he went to Miami because he liked Miami's roster better at the time. But I talked about it last week. You miss it. You know how our theory on the public is? We try to fade the public. The public's been killing it this year.
Have you bets?
Yeah, it's 80% of the money's on the Eagles, and the Eagles win. It's usually the opposite, but
I saw a lot of people betting the Ravens. People were taking the Ravens were minus money, and people were taking the Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens were favorite. There's like 65% of the money coming on the Eagles right now.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
because you got to cover 12 points.
I'm buying like 2 points here and making it like 14.5, and the Panthers will cover that all day. I never bet the Eagles. I don't really mess with the Eagles, but
yeah, 12 points in the NFL is crazy.
It's pretty crazy. And that's why like the Bears was 9.5, and I just put it up to 10 just so it was like even.
What's that Lions Packers line? Wow, 3.5.
Lions our favorite -3. It opened at their home. Lions
I would
are home.
take the Packers with that plus 3.5 all day.
Yeah, so that'll be fun to look at. And then the Eagles over under is 45.5. So
45, 20.
I don't know if it went over last week.
I don't think the Panthers. The
Panthers.
Eagles are only allowing an average of 15 points a game, right? So you have to start using that as the threshold for how many points the opposing team is going to score. Are they going to score more or less a touchdown off of 15?
Like
and I don't think the Panthers can. I think
like
the Panthers
20.
score like 10 points maybe at the link, maybe if they're lucky. Eagles, it'll be an under because the Panthers won't score a lot of points. Eagles will put up like 30.
Even if it's like 24-20,
27.
Eagles, like that's under like the 45. So
31, 10, 31, 13. I feel like 30. I always feel like I always pick 31, but that's like how many points the Eagles score a lot. I don't know, something like that. Something like 31-13 Eagles. That'll be my pick.
Big one, 31-13. I think it's going to be tighter than usual just because of the way the Eagles play. Probably 10. That 12 points is probably right. I don't know if they'll clear like 2 full touchdowns on them, but it should be double-digit wins. It should be like 10-ish. Like 28-20. I think it's going to be close.
That's a lot. That would mean that the defense let up more than normal.
28-17, maybe. I think they'll play. They've been playing a lot better lately. This is like these kind of teams Super Bowl. 28-17 would be 45.
I could see that. I could see that 28-17. I could see like almost maybe the Panthers with like a 17-14 lead. Eagles get a touchdown and then maybe like some sort of turnover. And then that's when the juggernaut starts and they roll and they get another touchdown and then everybody's high-fiving and then it's kind of over. And they cover quick at the end, bang, bang.
28-17 is 45, and it's hovering between 45 and 45.5. So that'll be under about a half.
That feels good. I like your prediction better than mine, but I'm gonna stick with what I said. So I'm gonna go 31-13. I think that's what it should be. But I agree with Johnny. Johnny says that he thinks the Panthers are playing a little bit better football lately, and they are. They are, but it's in Philly. It's a 1:00 game. And I think the Eagles have enough confidence right now that they're going to start rolling on some teams.
Yeah, it sucks about Dallas Goedert. His knee's injury, and it's weird because they didn't put him on IR yet. And if they do, it's 4 games-ish, I think, at least. So, I don't know. At this point, like to your point about Saquon, at this point, the way our boy Grant Calcaterra has been playing, I think you almost got to, like, shut Dallas Goedert down until the playoffs.
Yeah, so that was kind of a topic too on some of the local radios is like, do you sort of give players an in-season bye almost? Like, do you throttle Barkley this week and go a little heavy on Gainwell to give him like this day up? But then what Johnny's saying, you do that against an inferior opponent and you screw up an NFC game and you do mess this game up. You do make it a trap game.
Trip over yourself, yeah.
You can't do that. So I don't know. I don't think they should change a thing. I think Barkley seems spry as he be. I think like 20 to 23 touches is just perfect for him. And if they get up, then you go to Gainwell.
It's been even like with Mailata, that Thursday night game, they could have gave him off and then he would have had like a whole 10 days off. He played because he was ready to go. Guys are like Smith has been out for like 2 games now. He's ready to go. He's gonna go. Goddard's it's a shame because he got in the end zone too. That was like that was a good prop that I hit on that one girl that supposedly was like dating Alec Boehm, that Aaron Kate. girl. She was all over the Dallas Goddard touchdown. So we hit that.
Check in Insta right now. What's up, Jim, John, and Josh? If you got any questions, comment them. They're a bit delayed, but
We need all the starters for the 1 seed. They're saying, yeah, they got to keep playing everybody. Like even you play you play at the end of the season, these Giant games, these Cowboys games, you're gonna have to keep winning. You're gonna be within a game probably of the Lions at all times because they may fumble like 1 or 2 games, and if you lose a game that you should win, you can't risk that. You've got to be playing your best football in November and December, which is what they've been doing.
On the Eagles injury side, right? So Devontae Smith's hamstring. I was listening to one of those like NovaCare guys kind of talk about it. Hamstring's like a touchy thing. If it hurts to run, it's 1 grade. If it hurts to the touch, it's like a higher grade. He's dealing with like a hurts to run grade injury. He warmed up on Sunday, so he's probably good enough to go. I think they should hold Smith back 1 more week just to be safe, or maybe if like have him be available in the second half if they need that extra push. But I think they should let him fully heal up, give him as many weeks off as they gave A.J. Brown, which, by the way, the Eagles are undefeated when A.J. Brown plays. The only games the Eagles lost, A.J. Brown wasn't playing. So I think they back. But Devontae Smith wasn't active.
Smith was going to go for the Rams game, and he didn't go for the Ravens game. So I don't know. I think he'll be back, not this week, the one after, but
Slay, Keely Ringo, and Devontae Smith did not practice today at all. Saquon was limited. Mekhi Becton was limited. Landon Dickerson, Lane Johnson, Cam Jurgens, Jordan Mailata. They're just, again, kind of throttling those guys a little bit. But Keely Ringo, Slay with the concussion, and Devontae with the hamstring didn't practice at all.
Yeah. My boy Jay John asked what we think Gainwell is going to do. I think he's in the last year of his deal. I think that was the whole reason for drafting Shipley. So I fully would expect it to be Saquon and Shipley next year, and I don't know who the third back would be.
I think a Gainwell anytime would be a great bet this weekend. If you're looking for like a solo anytime prop bet, get one of those boosts. Like I love FanDuel. FanDuel gives you those boosts if you do like a live bet or something like that, or sometimes it's like an anytime. But yeah, you could throw one at Gainwell this week. Why not? He's been quiet in the touchdown front, and I could see them holding Barkley back a little bit, especially if we get a lead.
Yeah, should be good. I'd be a little bit more worried if our defense wasn't as good as it's been playing, but I don't think they got enough to get past the boom.
That's what we do. Bring the boom. We bring the boom to you. We bring the boom. We bring the boom to everyone. We bring the boom. Your favorite father and son.
I had to. Is that your pick for meme of the week?
Everyone hates that I use that song. There's always at least one person that comments and is like, dude, do not use that song. My meme of the week is actually not that. My meme of the week is my own, which I don't even watch college football, but this is up to, I think, 160,000 views.
Yeah, it was a good one.
This Jones was ripping. It was so
Ohio
blue.
State field, and the Buckeyes rushed right to him.
What an idiot. What a bunch of losers. Yeah. I was just watching it and I was like, damn, these guys stink. Like all they had to do is win one game. And I was like, dude, I've literally known nothing about
2 years.
I was like, that'd be a funny video, actually. Which is cool because my boss is a huge Penn State fan. He went to Penn State and his daughter went to Penn State. They're hyped because now they're in the Big Ten championship. And if they win, they'll get like, I think, an auto buy or something in the playoffs. Like we got some Penn State people on the page. So I was showing them some love. So why not? Oh, and by the way, the new format this year, college, if for some reason they'll host. So if Penn State can beat Oregon in the Big Ten championship, you might have like an SEC team, like a Georgia or somebody like that, have to go into Happy Valley in like the snow. It's just the new format's crazy. There's way more teams getting in this year. Allegedly.
Two things.
Allegedly.
No, to answer Johnny's question real quick, no, I don't think he should go deep into the playbook this week unless they really have to, which they shouldn't against Carolina, save all the good stuff. Real quick, speaking of formats, I got a quickie baseball for you. Don't know if you saw this one today, but it was reported by a lot. Did you see the golden bat?
I love that.
So
that's
for
them
those of
trying
you guys
to
that are
force the players. They're a player. They're a baseball card league right now. Autographs, tops, cards, fanatics. They want, if the game's on the line, bases loaded, they want the team to be able to auto pop in a Bryce Harper or a Shohei Ohtani or a
So
Aaron
like the one iteration, it's like you get like a one-time use. So say it's like the second inning and you get the bases loaded and like somebody else going up, you could just be like, let's blow this game wide open. Bryce Harper, you're up to bat. Or like you're saying, like at the end, they could insert somebody in the lineup. Man, that would throw analytics into an absolute conniption. Sounds like a lot of fun. I don't know. The purists are going to lose our purist Phillies fans will lose their minds over this rule, but
Phillies
I think it's kind of cool.
Pure. I'm about to ask John, about to ask the Philly captain.
Yes.
What do you think?
You can ask Philly captain, and then you could also ask the our standing ovation buddy.
Yeah. The captain.
I'm going to go with, am I allowed to pick something that's not necessarily a meme, that's just kind of like a reel?
Pick whatever you want.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm so torn. Did I pick Shea-Sean Broccoli last week? I think I did.
You didn't do it last week. I don't think so. I don't think we ever picked.
Shea-Sean Broccoli is my favorite thing in the entire world. I'm gonna pick Shea-Sean Broccoli for meme of the week. I found this video deep in a Washington Redskins fan page that I follow, and I just thought the video was so funny. He's interviewing. It's a whole long form interview. The Saquon Barkley part is like this little tiny thing, and I snipped that out. And I will continue to overlay that little clip on every single week. So my pick for the meme of the week, even though it doesn't.
Yeah, it's tough. There's no template for it, so like you had to remove the background. There's still like a little hair of.
Yeah, no, I know. I need the original
from wherever it's from.
Shea-Sean Barkley is the best. Right? We survived the Giants, and now the Eagles got Shea-Sean Barkley. Lord have mercy, man. All to the Eagles, man. Yeah. All to the Birds. Shea-Sean Barkley.
That's all that matters.
Shea-Sean Broccoli. So now I got my kids refer to Barkley in my house as Shea-Sean Broccoli. It's like a big. I tell you, again, the memes I love are the memes that are like for me. They get 0 views.
You and E have the same humor because he did. I think it's Thanksgiving with Shea-Sean Broccoli. I don't know where.
Wait, what?
Did you see this?
No.
Oh, dude, this one's great.
I swear, Shea-Sean Barkley is the best. Right? We survived the Giants, and now the Eagles got Shea-Sean Barkley. Lord have mercy, man. All to the Eagles, man. Yeah. All to the Birds. Shea-Sean Barkley.
Get the heck out of here.
Yeah,
I love that.
He likes the Shea-Sean. He loves the Shea-Sean.
Oh my God, that just made me so happy. That just validated my level of humor.
He's on tomorrow night, so I'm gonna just be flooding the comments like Shea-Sean Broccoli until I can get him to crack. Him and Jason and Blackberry, they're on tomorrow night, so I'm gonna be just.
So I actually posted Shea-Sean Broccoli last week, so I hope that he saw the first time he ever saw that guy was us. That would make me feel so good to
Shea-Sean Broccoli.
That could be
I didn't really see.
Because I'm telling you, I just straight found that video, like
some underground, like weird NFC
underground weird Facebook thing I follow. Yes.
Yeah, we're in some weird groups, some underground groups. Should the Eagles trade up and draft Tyler Warren?
Oh my gosh, draft talk! I can't, William. I can't. You're a better fan than me.
Tyler Warren passed Mike Gesicki and Pat Freiermuth for most touchdowns. He's another tight end. Hell yeah. We always have a tight end grooming waiting in the wings. Go for it.
Yes.
Go
Okay,
for it.
fine.
He's
If
awesome.
William,
He's
if you
tired
say
of
so again.
Goddard's injuries.
By the way,
He's
who
tired of
said to trade Dallas Goddard before the trade deadline?
You
Pull
did.
that freaking clip up. Me. I am a big fan of trading the tight ends when they're at their peak because, man, when they go down, they go down. I'm
We always
a
have
jerk for that.
one in the wings.
We
Goddard
always
out.
have one. They could have traded Zach Ertz. There was a time where Zach Ertz's stock was so high, they probably could have got a second-round pick.
William says we need Tyler Warren, AJ, and Shayshawn Broccoli. It's Shayshawn.
John likes
He's a
Shayshawn
fun guy.
Broccoli better than ELGL. See, when you actually find this meme and you actually watch it, you love it. You love it.
That's worse than the ELGL. John, we got to link up with you if you want to make some cash because, man, we have a freaking motley crew trying to find these dang Steelers tickets.
Yeah, there's a million people looking for Steelers tickets. Holy moly.
Put your Steelers tickets on the page. Make some money.
Yeah,
So
we're
you can buy
rolling
playoff
deep to the Steelers game. We're getting a bus. Our Steelers tailgate is going to be out of control.
Season. He's a Shayshawn. He's Kelsey. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Any last words? Anything you want to plug before we jump off here?
My favorite thing in the world, besides is when the Eagles fall. So we got all hats and run the ball tees are for sale on our website. Also have some cool Christmas stuff. We have a Merry Christmas, you filthy animals shirt that was designed by our boy at 570 Creative, Sean. So check all that stuff out. Plus all of our links on our website and support the page in any way that you can. If you've been listening this long, we also have an underground Facebook group called Buying and Selling Eagles Tickets by Filthy and Philly, where fans swap tickets. And all we ask for is contributions towards the cause. So that's it. For plugs.
Yeah, the 570, we made the code this weekend. Code Filthy. PIP for meal delivery, which shout out to Performance Meal Prep. They just sent more today, so I'm going to be dropping you off some of that on my way home. They sent a lot of your favorite, too. They sent a bunch of the buffalo chicken I'm going to drop off for you. Told them to keep the buffalo chicken with the rice.
Oh, the buffalo chicken is delicious.
Yeah, that's the bomb. And then SeatGeek is really great because you can put the code in when you sign up for SeatGeek, and it just stays on your account. You don't have to use it. You can apply it whenever at checkout. It'll be there like a coupon that you just bang on the app. I think the tip, like last week, they had the cheapest ticket, SeatGeek, and then the fees were $40, and you get 20 off with our code. So the fee was only really $20. It was like $200 plus $20. So that was the GOAT. So we both picked the Eagles to win big this week. If you missed any of the show, it's going to be available everywhere. And YouTube, Facebook, iHeartRadio app, Spotify, and Apple. Go Birds. We'll see you next week.
Go Birds.